Quarantine life. COVID is fake. Fauci is dead.
Quarantine during the day, protest at night.
Yeah, baby.
That's what it's all about. So is there gonna be a massive second wave? Is that coming?
No, without Fauci telling us there is, I don't believe COVID anymore.
Yeah, if there is a second wave, it'll be fake.
It'll be fake.
How do we know the original numbers were good? I don't know. Who knows?
At this point,
Fauci's gone. We don't know. He disappeared.
Fauci is gone.
Fauci has made an effort not to show his face. The last
dude is
couple
MIA.
weeks.
I don't know. He was on literally everything, and now the boy is gone.
We're gonna find out that Fauci died 50 years ago.
Right. Fauci
it was a ghost.
They were just their hologram program. It was like
Fauci.
It was like the Coachella hologram. They're like, except this year it's just this little Jewy Brooklyn doctor telling us that the world is ending.
Yeah, he actually died of AIDS as he was researching AIDS. He somehow got it in a lab accident.
It was like the movie Outbreak where his hazmat suit, he leaked it in.
Yep, he breathed it in. He was the only person to die of airborne AIDS.
I watched that Contagion movie like first month or two of quarantine. I was getting my sick. Which was dope because it was filmed in Minneapolis, my hometown, or part of it was.
Boo!
Boo! Yeah. Hateful, yeah.
Oof.
But I like that movie.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you got a hot collar at. Ooh, boy. Really? You? I liked it in that movie they killed a bunch of stars. I always like it when movies kill stars.
Oh, no, see, I haven't seen it.
Oh, shit. Well, fuck, I can't ruin it for you, I guess, but... They have a pretty star-studded cast, and like at least 2 or 3 of them, like A-list celebrity actors die, and you're just like, oh, that's because most of those movies they always hold on to everybody, and you're like, yeah, they all make it except like the people you won't ever see in a movie again.
Yeah,
but they had like I think 2, if not 3, A-list stars who were part of that cast die in the flick, and I always respect when a person comes on board and they know that they're not about to live through the movie.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, especially like a name
who knows like they're about to get killed and no one really expects them to die.
Yeah. An unexpected death in a movie is great. In real life, not so much, but in a movie, like it's always dope.
Right. Yeah. Even sometimes in real life, it kind of spices things up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, damn, he's dead now. Crazy.
Wait, so what were we talking about? Minneapolis before that? Oh, it was Contagion taking place.
Fauci's in Minneapolis. He's lost. He's on the streets somewhere, roaming.
Yeah. He's
looking for a cure.
I mean, now I heard that there might be a cure like at the end of the year and shit.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Fauci got the Gilead bag. He's gone. He's spending the Gilead money as we speak.
He's just like fucking splashing it on secret.
He doesn't care if there's a cure anymore. He got the bag. The Gilead stock went up. He cashed out. He's gone.
This pod, we've done a full reversal on the opinion of COVID.
I've stayed true the whole time. Plandemic came through for me in the end.
Oh shit, man!
Damn, I never watched it because YouTube banned it, so I'm just gonna have to take your word that this was actually a real documentary and that I was wrong.
All COVID was an excuse for people to scold other people. That's all it was.
It was a national Karen epidemic.
It just emboldened Karens and scolds across this country to tell you that, oh, you can't play at this playground. It's closed, even though there's no one there.
So are we going? Is America and all the people who were like wagging the finger at the haircut protesters? Are those people going to have to apologize to them?
No, never apologize. Never apologize.
Oh, that's the playbook. Yeah, you no matter how wrong you are, you just got to move on to the next thing that you are still wrong about, but hasn't been proven yet.
Isn't it crazy? I mean, we could protest justifiably so against police brutality, but people couldn't protest against
the economy. The economy literally crumbling around them.
The economy literally crumbling around them. They haven't been paid in months. They all applied for unemployment, never got a check, got $1,200 in the mail 6 weeks after it started. But those people need to shut up and go back home. You need to shut your fucking face and go back to the burbs.
It's just like, I know it is awkward, right? Because all these people who are just like these fucking haircut protesters are killing people, and now it's just like, oh, you're all marching, you're all out there.
Yeah, Trae Young's out here playing full basketball games.
Yeah, dude,
no
hooping.
one says anything.
Just
people love it.
People are just, and I'm glad it was fake, because now this summer we can just party. Like, what? Here's my thing is, like, how do they ever tell us, like, remember, like, a week or two ago when that footage came out of all those people in the Ozarks in the swimming pool?
Yeah, how many of those people died?
Yeah, like, are they dead? Are they all
Who's
dead or not?
contact tracing them?
Right, where are they?
All the contact tracers. I haven't been called.
Wait, but that was like a week ago, right?
It was like at least 2 weeks
Day.
ago. Yeah, Memorial Day, right.
Yeah, last weekend.
Okay, last weekend.
Week,
2 weeks ago.
There's still. I don't know. I'm still a little bit paranoid about the shit. I'm not. I haven't.
Well, you have a job where you actually have to see people.
Yeah, we don't.
I can say it's
just
fake.
stuck at home.
I can say it's fake because I have literally no skin in the game. Like,
yeah,
I have such little skin in the game that I can just be like, yeah, I think it was fake now. I think 110,000 people are not dead, or if they are dead. Dude, the fucking Brazilian president had the fucking most cold-hearted but baller statement, like, because they're starting to really flare up because he didn't do shit.
He's an idiot.
He's a fucking moron, right? So the press is asking him, like, yo, like, what's up with all these deaths? Like, this is crazy. Like, your numbers are spiky. He goes, look, man, we're really sad about the dead, but that is everyone's destiny. And, dude, to have the balls to walk out. Like, can you imagine if Bush said that for 9/11? He's like, look, man, look.
The old everyone dies someday.
Everyone dies someday. Hey, look, sometimes buildings fall down. I don't know.
The lieutenant governor of Texas said that, like, 2 days into the quarantine. He's like, we need to get back out there. Everyone dies. Don't worry about it. And he was like, I'm 70. I'm going to get back out there. Yeah, they don't care.
Well, it's fake anyway, so why would they? They're right.
Oh, shit.
They were right.
The numbers have... they're going down, but I mean they should go up soon if this is real.
It's not. The numbers will they're literally gonna next week there'll only be 90,000 dead. They'll take off 20,000 people off the death. They'll be like, Fauci will come back miraculously and he'll say how wrong he was, and he'll be like, look, we're gonna revise these death counts. A lot of people were counted and they shouldn't have been. It was the flu. Get back to work, take off the mask, go make out with a stranger, spit in someone's mouth, lick an asshole. It's great.
Yeah, I think what really happened is, like, at the beginning of this, they just didn't know anything about this virus. So they went into complete, they overreacted, and justifiably so. Like, you don't know how. But now everything's coming out, like the CDC, it doesn't really pass through surface touch as easily as we thought it did. And you really have to be exposed for longer times now. So, I mean, the numbers are going down, but...
I think the sickest thing that's going to come out of this is that we will forget every lesson, and then the next time some real shit does come down, we're going to be like, nah,
remember COVID?
Remember COVID? That shit was fake as hell, and we're going to get, just plunged in the asshole.
As long as essential workers remain heroes...
They're not heroes. They're not heroes.
They are heroes. I saw a kid today. He's playing with like a Fisher Price shopping cart. He's dreaming about growing up to work at a grocery store.
Hey man, I remember being the young kid with the dream, kid with just a dream.
You got your dream, bro. You've been living the dream for 15 years, Dylan.
Dog, I've been living it, man.
Like you doing comedy is just like, you're like, you know what, the other dream, like I already,
this is just to pay the bills,
right?
So I could do, so I could
keep grinding on the fucking grocery store game.
I've been donating all my pay to COVID relief.
Damn, you got housed, dude. That shit was fake as fuck. Didn't you hear? many credible podcasts have said that that's fake. That's a fake disease.
Jesus. Well, I still until it's official, I'm still going to be paranoid about it.
Me calling that fake are the equivalent of every person who was like, yeah, burn down the system. And then as soon as it hit their neighborhood, they're like, actually, maybe the system should stay just as it is.
Yeah, what was it? That dude in the NFL,
the NBA like Twitter writer.
Yeah.
God, that guy was such a bitch. All these
he
people
was also cheering the burning of like an affordable housing building is what he originally was cheering for.
Jesus
Christ.
Like,
burn it down. Burn it down.
And dude, I didn't know that.
Oh my God.
I didn't know that gated communities, like, you know how there's like sister cities and sister countries, like where they'll do like cultural exchanges and shit.
Right.
He was like, our sister community is being overrun. Like, can you imagine how boring? Like, you have a sister gated community that's just like, you know, there's Pine Grove and then there's Pine Meadow, and it's like, no, Pine Meadow has fallen.
Those are sister wives communities.
Yeah. Pine
trade
Meadow.
golf carts.
Yeah. We sometimes we exchange tea times, you know? We have each other's backs.
Pine Meadow has fallen. I watched all those blank have fallen movies early on in the quarantine.
How many are there?
There's 3. There's Olympus, London, and Angel.
Okay, so Gerard Butler's in all 3 of them?
Gerard Butler is a Secret Service for the president, and I didn't really know much. Like, I don't think I'd seen a lot of Gerard Butler, but the man, he talks weird. He like
is he American?
I think he's
so.
Scottish. He's Scottish.
Wow. I think that him trying to do an American accent makes him, it is an American accent actually, but makes him sound like he has chew in his mouth the whole time. Like he's like kind of like wrapping his mouth around these words that he wouldn't normally say that way. And he's just weird. Like, I don't know, it's hard to get around, but he stabs a lot of fucking people, and the enemy each time is like, first it's the North Koreans, then it's like I think it's like Yemenis people or some Middle Eastern, and then it's Russians. So they hit the trifecta of who we hate.
Hey, you know what? What I just noticed today, you know what stopped is all the pot banging. I haven't heard the pots bang in a week. They got rid of that quick.
The heroes, well, because they were like, I think the hero dilution was too much, because once they designated doctors and Dylan as heroes, because no one was, were you getting any pots tapped when you left the grocery store, Dylan?
No.
Was there a line outside of your store?
Yeah, like an AYSO soccer game, just like a human tunnel.
I left out the side entrance. I avoid all the smoke. You know, I just
you're the hero.
I don't do it for the accolades, man. I just do it to serve a cause. No, man. The immediate neighbors to the grocery store that I work at, like, they all hate this store because it's like there's always shit going on. They're not fans.
Shit's popping off.
Yeah, but. Man, I've been watching, I went through and I was watching like a couple shows on Amazon. I watched a show called Hannah, and it's about like this like super spy trained little girl. And
I saw the movie of it.
Yeah, and like I definitely dig it. But there's this recurring theme that happens in a lot of these shows where like the bad guy is some like super hyper military force, like super like black ops or whatever.
Yeah.
But the good guys, like, they get away every episode, or they get away just enough.
Right.
And it's like, I thought this was like super badass, like whatever bad guy, and
their
you get away every time.
Their weakness is a white blonde little girl. That's like that's what our military should be made up of just like spry little gymnastic white chicks.
Yeah, there are a lot of women cops I see now at the protests.
There's quite a few. There's some protest baddies out there. I want to say that right now.
On what side?
On the good side. Well,
it depends. Good side?
Oh yeah, dude. There's some. I went down to the protests the other day, and there are some baddies.
Damn.
Yeah,
it's summer.
Tell us about your protest experience, man.
Oh, dude. So we biked down there. Me and the lady biked down there, and immediately I was like starting to have a panic attack, because this is when I still believed COVID was real. Obviously, I've fucking learned my mistake, and so I shouldn't have been.
You started saying it was fake after you went to the giant group of people.
Yeah, because he didn't come down with symptoms immediately, so he's like, "Oh, this is fake."
The incubation period of 15 minutes was just like, "Nah, I think I'm probably not gonna get sick."
Yeah, this is nothing, man.
I was like, "Oh, these lying motherfuckers!" I walked into it. Unleashed the tear gas on these fucking people. But we went down there. And, I don't know. I don't know. I get why it's important, but it's also like once you're there, you're
Stop it, Jake. Stop it.
It's not. It's
Edit
not
this part out. I don't want this in.
Why?
Just go. No, I'm just kidding. Go. I don't give a...
You woke little bitch.
No, I'm bailing all of us out. I contributed to your bail fund specifically.
Oh,
so
I
go
gave
crazy.
I gave some money to the looted businesses in Minneapolis.
That's good. That's good. Anyways, so sorry. You
well,
went
okay.
there.
So you get there though, and you kind of just realize like it's just a hang. Like me being there is not going to make any difference in terms of like the success of this movement, really, because it's like I just got there and it was just like thousands of people hanging out in Pioneer Square, and you're just like, yep, all right, I'm here. I don't really know what I'm contributing. I'm just literally milling around this area. Like that was it. I was just walking around. The best thing I saw, there's a lot of people fucking getting lit, which was pretty tight. There's just a lot of people getting drunk and high, a lot of White Claws. It kind of had a block party vibe, honestly. To be honestly, it was kind of weird because I was like, we're protesting the murder of somebody, but it was a very like people were getting blunted up. People had some White Claws. Some girls wearing their finest like booty shit. It was a hang, man. It was a fucking hang. It was weird. I was I was just like, wait a minute. So you are like prepared to get gassed by the cops in these outfits? Like, it was just like some of the girls looked like they were going to the club. Like it was just like,
well, there is no club. The club's closed.
The protest is the club.
The protest is the club.
Yeah. So they were out. People
club
were out.
Up.
To
put your
hang.
hands up.
Yeah. Hands up, don't shoot.
Everybody
just
put your hands
up.
Put your hands up, put the ass down.
Yeah. So these people were at their party, and the best part really was the 8 Antifa members who were, I'm talking.
Antifa is not an organization, Jake. It's a loosely affiliated group. They don't have members. They don't have a leader. They don't have members. No one's in Antifa.
No one's in Antifa,
everyone that is
everyone
against Nazis is in Antifa, but there's no official membership.
Right, and if you don't do Antifa correctly, then you're not in it again, even though you said you were against Nazis.
That's true. That's the one way to get out of Antifa is to question the concept of Antifa itself. Right. Then you're out.
But
if you don't passively exist in the world, you're in Antifa.
But
because you're against Nazis, unless you're a Nazi.
If you don't constantly say you're against Nazis, you start to be suspected of being a Nazi, and therefore you're again outside of Antifa.
Yep. Okay, that's the second way to get kicked out of Antifa.
Yeah. And I've been trying to get kicked out of Antifa because I don't want to hang out with people in their pajamas. But so there's these like 8 Antifa allegiant people, and this guy is yelling. There was probably 5,000 people. There was thousands of people down there, and this guy is yelling. We just happened to be near him. He goes, This is a protest, not a party. And he was mad that people were basically getting fucked up. And I was like, dude, you're an anarchist telling people how to protest. Like, you're the Antifa is fucking garbage because they talk about how they don't want rules or laws or this, and everything I ever see them do is yelling at people of what they're doing wrong. I never see Antifa just being chill. They're always telling somebody what they did wrong, how they're doing it wrong, why you're not doing the movement correctly. It's never just like, oh yeah, I guess you're here and no gods, no masters, so you're just doing what you need to be doing and I'm doing what I need to be doing.
Well, I feel like chill Antifa would be like a sketch, just like them just like hanging out, like just chill, man. That's so funny. You're like, man, this dude's killing our vibe, man. Killing the buzz over here.
He was killing the vibe so hard, and it was just like, so, okay, the 1,000 people who are here are not doing it correctly.
But I love like when some asshole on Twitter will be like, or online will be like, what is Antifa? And then someone will just post a picture of like U.S. soldiers storming the beach at Normandy, and they'll be like, this is Antifa. Right. It's like, yeah, sure. I'm sure, your grandfather would dress up in a black bandana and cut off jeans and just roam around his hometown every Saturday. That's what he always
only
dreamed
when the
of
weather
doing.
is nice, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, once the weather turns, then Antifa's membership or allegiance or whatever we are to them goes way down.
But so does the other side, to be fair. So does the Nazi side. Their kind of enthusiasm for like the Third Reich kind of wanes when it gets a little drizzly.
Yeah, they're just like, you know what? The Jews can stay another season. I'm not really I'm not dealing with this shit. I wanted them gone this spring, but we're going to have to wait because I'm not fucking trying to gas up some Jews in the winter. It's rainy here in Portland. I don't want to get all moist. So the Jews get to stay.
We need the gas for warmth in the winter.
I'm not dealing with this shit. But, yeah, so you'll be like, I don't really get, like, what is Antifa's purpose or how do they help? And people are like, Antifa means anti-fascist. And you're like, yep. Yeah, we get that. Did you presume that I was for fascism then if I didn't declare my allegiance?
They do, yeah.
They immediately think that you're fascist adjacent if you don't join up.
Mm-hmm.
What I like now with these new protests is that Antifa is like out, and at first it was like, hey, like the looting is good, and then they kind of started to find out it was like either white nationalists or Antifa, and then people were like, no, we're not down with the looting anymore. The looting is not good. We can't do the looting.
The looting is a third rail that you really can't touch. And I know the right, like the Republicans are trying to focus on the looting, and that's the big thing. And yeah, it's not a good look, and you can't really explain it away. So it's best just not to think about it.
Right, but I like all the videos of black people yelling at white Antifa members being like, stop doing that. Quit fucking doing this shit. And then they'll be like, one of them, the lady who got caught on the Starbucks, these two really frail white chicks, and this black chick is yelling at them. And she's like, other black comrades have told us this is good. Like, our black comrades told us that tagging Starbucks is the appropriate, and they're just like.
My black friend told me
that was classic my black friend behavior right there. God.
I don't know. It's.
But either way, the thing about Antifa is for some reason, if you are at all to the left of anything, you have to swear allegiance because Antifa is the greatest heroes we've ever seen. That's what I don't get. It's like, why do we have to put up with them? Why? What are they doing that's so great? They get in a fight with the Proud Boys every week? That's what?
Well, who's organizing all these protests around the country? Is it Antifa organizations? Because it's obviously someone organized them. I mean, it's great that they did. In my opinion, I think it's good that they organized them. But like, who does the organizing? There's so many organizations out there that you don't ever hear of, or I don't hear of, that do all this stuff. I don't know how big of a role Antifa really plays in that. If
they're really big on the leaderless thing, right? They don't like leaders, but like I think having
is there an email list for Antifa that you can get on?
I think having a leader is kind of good sometimes.
Yeah, for just some dress code,
just to definitely be like, oh, all right, because like the thing is, I don't think you can have leaders anymore because of social media and people know too much about you.
Right. So
if Martin Luther King Jr. had Twitter, or like we found out that he was like definitely fucking a bunch of chicks on the side, and like, like there's those tapes that the FBI have that like say that he kind of basically witnessed like a gang rape. Like if that happened, like it would just be like, oh well, the movement's dead. There's no like he would have never made the speech if we had any social. He would have made a guffaw on Twitter when he was like 15, and we'd have been like, you know what, fuck this little kid, dude, he's done.
Yeah, you actually used the F word back in 2008 when you were in high school on Twitter. So yeah, you don't have a dream anymore, buddy. Go home.
Sorry, Martin. The dream is dead up because you dropped fag in a tweet in 2007.
Didn't like the FBI showed like recordings to his wife of him having an affair or whatever.
Yeah, and she didn't care.
Yeah, and
she didn't care. Like, but there's others that they haven't released that say that what they say is that there was a woman who was like raped in a hotel room by a couple other civil rights leaders, and he kind of watched on and like laughed about it, is what they're saying. Just another.
Sorry, my microphone just went out there.
It just
I don't know
what to say about.
Well, okay,
that.
where's this coming from? The FBI? I don't. Come on, you can't trust the cops. Fuck them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn, so you're just taking Martin Luther King Jr.'s side unquestioned. Wow, pretty bold of you guys.
Well, if it's between the FBI
and him
and Martin Luther King, I don't know. It's close, but I think I'm gonna go with Martin Luther King. Unless there's a woman that comes forward, in which case I will listen to her and then immediately reject everything she's told me.
Max has a new policy called "Believe No Women," and it's just utter. Anytime a woman speaks, he immediately believes the very opposite.
Not if you're a white woman. I think that's been proven. You can't trust white women.
Yeah. Believe no white women. No trifling hoes.
Yeah, I forget. Yeah, I forget where I heard it, but I was listening to something that was talking about how white feminism was just basically a way of white women proving to white men that they could be just as racist as them. And
That's what's up.
And then the white men were like, "Yeah, you guys could be good masters too. You guys can vote."
That's what's up, dude. Show up. Yeah. Show up for your man, dude. Show up for your man.
Get out in those streets.
Hit the streets.
Get out in those streets. It's crazy that I don't know if I've said this before, but white women got alcohol banned, during Prohibition before they could even vote, which is crazy.
That is just power.
The amount of nagging that had to go on in the 1920s to
You're
get that
having
done.
too much fun. Quit having so much fun.
Yeah. And it was all in black and white too, man. It was all old.
Yeah, just felt like grainy film.
Grainy film era.
Are there any good porns from the grainy film era?
I don't know.
Do they make sex tapes back then? Like when film cost like so much, did they even like put people fucking down on tape?
Maybe. I think burlesque
There's no way they didn't.
Burlesque was like hardcore back then. That was like double penetration, little burlesque action.
The thing about porn though, really, that when you think about it, is like it's something that you generally watch by yourself. Like you couldn't. Most people didn't have like a fucking film reel in their house where they were just.
Well, they had porn theaters. That's where Pee Wee Herman got caught.
Pee Wee Herman got caught, and who's that dude who just died? Got caught.
Yeah.
Willard. Fred Willard got caught, but I think he was with his wife.
Oh.
Pee Wee Herman's whole career died because of that.
It was gonna die already before.
You think Pee Wee had no future? He was in Mystery Men.
I loved him in that, but I mean, like, aside, it was Pee Wee Herman, like, whatever.
His defense when he got caught was that it couldn't have been him because the man they saw masturbating was masturbating with his left hand.
Hey, if the hand don't fit, you must have quit.
Is right-handed, which I feel like is
the
not
cops were just like, have you never heard of The Stranger, sir?
Yeah, or just, I don't know. Some people
you switch
do it
with
up.
the
offhand. You can't switch it up. I think switching it up is impossible.
What about both? You ever do both?
Wait, what do you mean you think it's impossible?
You can do it with both hands to completion.
Not to completion, but sometimes you gotta, you'll use both just to see what's up.
In a pinch, you never.
I can't. I personally can't. I'm not a switch hitter. So.
Look, well, what it comes down to is like wherever your computer was located when you were a teenager, like in access to like a room, like. And to where like people were coming from.
If the right hand was locked up against the door, you had to fucking learn how to create, man.
Yeah.
Well, what about this? Because in the computer
you have to have like your hand on the mouse ready
it's the mouse.
Divert.
Right.
Yeah.
Max is a guy who never knew how to do a left-handed layup. He's just the defense knows he's going right every time.
Well, just out of experimentation, man. Like how much it's something like if you practice every day, man.
I feel like I can't even. I mean, I don't like holding my when I'm taking a piss. I don't like holding it with my offhand. I feel like I always it just goes everywhere.
Steve Nash would practice, brushing his teeth with his left hand just so he could shoot better with it in a game.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna start doing that.
Come on,
but for masturbating.
Yeah, I mean, it will literally never translate to any more pleasure for your wife, but at least you know that you'll have both hands.
hey man, when stand-up comes back, you'll hold the mic with your left hand. You know?
Yeah, I can hold the mic with both hands.
Just the mic.
Yeah, but that's a lot smaller than, my dick. So
your giant dong.
Yeah.
You have any friends growing up who had massive pieces?
I think so.
That like they were like, yo, confirmed, I got a big old dick.
Yeah. Yeah, there was one guy, I think. But who knows in retrospect? It's like, when you look back, like the hottest girl in your high school wasn't that hot.
Yeah. You're like, what? You were pulling 6.5 and you're calling that huge, man? You know.
And then you go out into the real world and you see, a real 10.
You're getting bodied by fucking massive cocks.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if that dick would hold up.
Yeah, you go to your first orgy and you're like, "What's up?" And they're like, "What the fuck is that, dude? You're in the get in the small side of the room. When this is Magnums only over here."
Yeah, you're not even D1, man.
Yeah, dude, this is a D3 dick. Yeah, you had a little talent in high school, but you never got a scholarship with that thing.
Right.
Dude looks at him and is like, "Look, man, I'm not gonna. You got heart. You got mad heart to even show up here, but
that's the Rudy of dicks. Your dick is all hustle. Your dick is heart and hustle.
There's got to be like the Rudy of like the orgy, like the one that's just been out and everyone's like, "Oh, come on, coach, put him in."
He's just furiously beating off on the sideline for an entire season until they finally get his ass in.
He gets in garbage time. Everyone else has already come, and he just like runs in. He slips on it, but he keeps going. And they're just
looking
like,
for a spare ball. Looking for a spare testicle.
Yeah, he's just looking like he's like someone's got a nut still, and then he finds the he
coach.
Finds
I can get the nut.
He finds the one person that hasn't come yet, and he just reaches, and then boom, just gets that last nut, and then everyone's done. And
they're like, damn. All the people start turning in their condoms. They're like, if Rudy doesn't get in, I'm not wearing this.
We're all going raw.
Yeah, I'm about to raw dog this whole thing if Rudy doesn't get in, coach.
And then when Rudy makes everyone come, they're like, all right, let's go to the seafood buffet now.
I like the idea of a coach for an orgy, like a guy who's just more in it for the fucking schematics. He's like, all right, there's too many people bunched up on the left side. We got to fucking switch this shit around.
Yeah. Look, none of the booty holes are being pleased over there. All the booty holes are being pleased over there. We got to... even booty hole pleasement.
We've left our backside totally exposed.
Yeah, and not in a good way. Yeah,
there's this poor woman over here who's just been flicking her shit for 20 minutes while she goes cockless.
Yeah, like imagine like Phil Jackson coaching some like
running the triangle. He's
eyes
like,
wide shut orgy. Yeah,
he's like, look, like they just do the last dance of orgies. They're like, wow, dude. When Phil started coaching, it just really opened up a championship run that really hasn't been seen since.
Yeah, running the triangle in an orgy, man. It's the most efficient way. Everyone gets love.
Everyone gets something. We're moving around, and you do a double triangle, and you got the whole team involved then.
Yeah, and then he burns sage after each one to purify.
Yeah, he'd be the orgy coach. You'd have to meditate afterwards. You're like, I don't know, dude. I'm kind of ready to get out of here. I don't really want to hang in this place anymore. He's like, no. It's not really complete until we do a little zen.
Yeah, it's not just about coming.
Right.
It's about becoming.
Right.
A team. See, that's I just discovered my own method right there.
Right. Don't just come, become.
Yeah.
It's like a Bruce Lee thing. It's like be water. You got to become. Sticky.
That's
Bruce Lee's updated thing is just you have to become.
There's the monk before each orgy is like become.
Become. If you want to come, you must become cum.
If you want to be sticky, come on the floor. If you want to be, this is a legit bit right here.
Is your shit?
Write it down. Save it for the stage.
Save it for the stage, bros. We all get a piece of this once the stage opens up. We'll all have different takes on orgy coaches.
No, my orgy coach bit was the best.
I'm trying to think if I knew anybody with a massive dong. I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. You see anyone at the protest with a massive dong?
The only thing no dongs out. We need to get back to the freak protest where people would just be naked. That's the thing. Is our protests are too square. In the 60s there would just be naked people at protests and shit. But I guess, it would be really not fun to take a fucking tear gas canister to the fucking raw nuts.
So were you there when they started shooting off tear gas and
that
stuff?
shit always pops off like dark. Like it's pretty
sundown.
much what I've seen is like it's pretty much peaceful till like dusk, and then people start getting a little more like a lot of people go home, and then like kind of the people are really there for some action. I think it seems like that's when they get in a little more tussle.
Yeah,
because like it's not like thousands anymore. It's like in the hundreds and shit. When they start doing that,
I think the night was there stuff the night you were there. Like,
yeah, I think when we left, I think there ended up being something near the Justice Center.
I thought
there's something almost every night.
Yeah, there wasn't last night, but I think the night you were there was. As people were leaving Pioneer Square, it started popping off.
Yeah,
like people were trying to get home and stuff was.
It's crazy that like you can just with everyone like streaming, like live streaming, you can view every protest in real time. It's crazy. It's bananas.
And so is the government. They're watching it in real time too.
Yeah.
I always like the people who become heroes simply by filming the protest, you know? There's always like during every protest movement, there's always like some guy who emerges and that's his new career is going to protest now and filming them.
Yeah. Well, I saw in New York, the people that were stuck on the bridge, they disabled their phones' cameras. The government and police forces now have a way to disable your camera on your phone remotely all at once.
Damn, that's crazy.
By pointing a big fucking laser at it. And that's all it takes. Damn. It's crazy that like the cops have the most technology of any sector in our society now.
I know, yeah. It's like there's no like R&D going to like anything of value. It's just
We've never come up with a new vaccine in the last 30 years.
It's just
the cops have all this shit to fuck people up.
It's like hell, dude.
They have so much shit. They have too much stuff to fuck you up.
They don't even get to use it all, bro. Like the cops want these protests to keep going because they're like, bro, we have a stockpile of shit that I'm really trying to. There's all those like
you know
rumors.
how long we've been waiting to use this tear gas. They keep sending us new tear gas.
But
we're like,
tear
we don't
gas
have any.
is like basic bitch. Like you always hear that fucking rumor that they have like a fucking ray that'll make everybody shit their pants.
Yeah, they'll have like the sonic
that was supposed to be like
warfare.
The sound.
Yeah, the sound where it's like the brown note, where
the mythical brown note, dude.
Right, but it's like I kind of want to see that. I kind of want to see that shit pop off. Literally,
look, man. If there was a note that could make you shit your pants, there would be bands that only do that. That would be the thing. Like, oh, we've got their encore. Like, you can't tell me Guar wouldn't have the shit note at the end. It's like the ultimate. Like, that's the ultimate encore closer. Like,
I've heard
the whole crowd shit themselves.
I've heard that they have the brown note. I also heard they had something that they can make everybody start vomiting.
Both holes.
Both holes
covered.
Yeah, man. That's the ultimate harmony right there. They get the brown note and the vomit note at the same time.
Then the protesters have their own weapon. It makes everyone come at the same time. Love.
Yeah.
Feed them with love.
The cops just start jizzing super hard while everybody else has shit and vomit coming down.
That's the thing is like where, it's like the thing now is defund the police. And I see all these like proposals now. It's like, yeah, we're going to start hiring less cops. It's like, it's not the number of cops that are the problem. It's all the shit that they have.
And they're allowed to do without consequence.
Yeah, right. Even if you have like, okay, 10% less cops, if they're all still assholes, that would be a problem.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's crazy to see like just them fucking get ready for that shit where they're just like, because it's like, I mean, it's like some people are like, look, there's good cops. I'm like, sure, that's fine. But the bad cops or the cops that are just neutral but are like, oh, I'm ready to fucking do this. You don't want those dudes out on the street.
No. It's funny that it's like a show like The Wire. Like if that was just real life, it would just be like Hench and Herc and Carver just running around beating people up for 5 seasons.
Fucking them up.
That would be the whole show. Like they would never know who Marlo Stanfield was.
They would just beat the shit out of kids on the street.
Stringer Bell would never be introduced as a character.
It would really just be that the episode would just be where that cop hits the kid in the eye with the gun. That would be every episode is where he would just blind another kid.
And then his internal investigation
right,
would go nowhere. It's like, all right, we got to put you back on the street.
Yeah,
the union says.
They'd be like, there'd be something else they'd have to attend to, and they would immediately blind somebody else and just be like, well, kind of had to drop that old case, man. That's old news. There's a new kid who's blind.
He's like, where's Wallace? Like, who's Wallace? We never met. Who are you talking about?
Wallace doesn't exist.
Dude, one of the protests, I think it was in Indiana, there's been a multiple of them of like people getting blinded by those rubber bullets.
Oh yeah, those things are fucking huge.
Yeah.
Right. Like literally
they're gigantic.
They have to like
it's not a bullet, that's a cartridge.
Yeah, they have to remove the eye. Like this kid basically his eye like exploded. But I was looking at his like Twitter, like, you know, and the thread about like just like what happened to him and shit. And, you know, because some people were saying it was fake and, you know, whatever. But there's like a small movement of like super conservative black people on Twitter who like are not down with these like, you know, like they think it's like George Floyd had it coming or whatever. Like there's like that whole contingent on Twitter, like the Candace Owen, but like kind of just no name Candace Owen, I guess. But this one lady was like one of the most brutal things. I was like, oh my God. But she's a black lady, and she retweets it with the comment goes, imagine losing your eye by being a cuck for another race. And I was just like,
wait, so
she was a black lady who was mad at this white kid for making fun of this white kid for losing his eye by protesting violently. I was just like,
God damn.
Twitter doesn't like Twitter. You get exposed to all type. Like, I love how everybody thinks that there's this monolith of like, oh, all black people are one way or all these people are one way. It's like, dude, go on Twitter for 10 minutes and you can find every person denying that stereotype. You know, it's in that way, it's very beautiful. The whole spectrum of retarded humanity is on there.
Yeah, like every type of opinion is there. Like this full spectrum.
Full spectrum. You have black conservatives, you have black liberal, you know, all of it. You have all different types of people. You find all different weird little things of just like, oh, I didn't know I'd see that woman today. I would not have expected logging on that I would have seen a black woman making fun of a white guy for protesting by losing his eye.
Jesus.
Oh, that shit was so fucked. It's so fucked you just have to laugh. You're like, dude, whatever. I don't even know anymore.
Yeah. Half of the people don't even have their own picture up either. So it's like,
right.
And there's a lot of these that use a picture of a black person in their photo on Twitter. And you're like, I almost am certain you are not black. So this is all stolen valor.
They identify as black, Max.
Like that, you are not racist. You're a racist guy, or well, I don't know that account. He uses a picture of like a black kid, but it's like, dude, you're a white dude. This is stolen valor.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
You think I could get over 400 followers if I change my avatar to a black guy on Twitter?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, you mean just keeping the name Max Fortune, though? There's no one's going to believe there's a black Max Fortune.
Fortune's a black name. Fortune is a black name.
I know, but Max isn't.
Well, that's, like my MC name.
Yep, Max is in the most, not as,
Yeah, maximum.
Well, why don't you just start trying to make better tweets to get those followers?
I don't know. I feel like my tweets are pretty good.
Why do you have to just...
I feel like my tweets are fine. That's
why
not
do you
the
have
issue.
to just steal some black picture?
I just need a little boost, I think. I just need a little pep.
That'd be funny if that's all you did and you just went viral in your next tweet.
I think I could if I just like changed it up. Change my avatar and then just started making epic points. I think jokes are for suckers now on Twitter. Because you'll see just something is like, police brutality is evil. 150,000 retweets.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, but that is a message worth retweeting, though.
It is. But... I just want a little bit of that love. I don't know. Maybe I care too much about Twitter right now because that's all I have.
Yeah, I mean it's insane right now, all over.
Yeah.
The best part about this Buffalo thing,
the cop who pushed over the old man in Buffalo.
Oh yeah, so there's like a thing on Twitter, like showing the Buffalo police literally kneeling in the exact same location. You know, do it like where hours later they would crack a 75-year-old man's skull open.
Yeah, man, all that like them taking a knee for like 2 minutes, like who buys that though?
Dude, there's a lot of idiots who buy that shit.
They also have to kneel to put on their gas masks. Like that's in their protocol. Police training is like when you put on a gas mask, you have to kneel. So they'll be kneeling out in the field, and people will be like, "Oh, they're kneeling, they're kneeling." It's like, no, they're just putting on a gas mask.
They're ready to
shoot you. Funny. That's so fucked up. Like, that's perfect. Like, be like, yes, they're fine. Like, no, we're getting ready to fuck you up.
Yeah,
this is how we do it.
Who are these National Guard hoes, though, that are now, like, in every city? Like, you're going to really do this for $1,600 a month? Go fuck yourself, dude.
Hey, man, they're serving our country, Max.
No, they're not. They're fucking doing jumping jacks once a month.
The thing is about the National Guard, I actually think the National Guard is, like, more useful in some ways because they get sent out to, like, tornadoes and shit like that.
Yeah, that stuff. That's good.
Yeah, when you come to a fucking protest, it's like, but it's not their fault. I don't know.
Yeah, it is their fault.
Why?
Of course they can. They could quit.
They could quit.
You get $1,600. You get $1,800 a month if you're on active duty in the National Guard. That's what they're doing it for.
Is that? But they have like normal jobs outside of that.
They have
right?
normal jobs, yeah. So it's funny to think of like a guy like just busting skulls, just shooting people with tear gas, and then like working at Trader Joe's. Like he has to put on the Hawaiian shirt the next day, go in, ask the customers how the fucking mandarins are. Have you tried these? Are they any good? These?
I love. We can do samples now. So yeah, try these chocolate covered cashews.
So are all the grocery stores following suit? Like, are they all doing the thing where they're not limiting how many people are about to be in the stores, or is it just where you work, Dylan?
Dude.
Oh, God, I'm just seeing Juwanna Man is number 6 trending in movies on Netflix now.
That's what's up, dude.
Cross-dressing Dolezal documentary and then Juwanna Man.
No, yeah, I don't know. All I know is my spot's about to be going back to...
Because... Where I shopped, they never gave a fuck to begin with. Safeway never stopped. They had no monitor. They just let as many people in.
Yeah, they were like, look, the safe in Safeway isn't safe. That's just, we do it. But
Safeway is definitely like the lowest end of it where you're just like, I kind of get what I'm getting here, so I wouldn't expect you to look out for my safety at all.
Yeah, Safeway, it's like, look, I'm just getting the Chinese food in the deli, and then I'm getting the fuck out of here, man. That's what I'm here for. No, it's going back. Well, I mean, the fact that Safeway never did anything lends to year two's point of it not being real.
Hey, I never got sick by going there, so I don't know what the fuck you want from me, buddy.
I think the incubation period for COVID is actually like 18 months. So all these people actually got it
a year and a half ago.
Yeah, on spring break somewhere. And now they're just coming down with it. I think that's what's going on. They all went to the same cruise in 2018, and now they're all dying from it.
Yeah, so could the grand takeaway from this just be like, you know what, cruise ships aren't a thing anymore?
No,
dude, who likes cruises? I don't understand.
So many people love these
What
cruises.
Is the appeal of the cruise?
It's cheap, and it's all you can eat. And so
that's it.
All you need for Americans to get on board.
You getting your money's worth right there.
They don't even care where it's going. It just lands in these places for like 4 hours. You get off, you go to the market, the tourist market, and then get back on the ship. It doesn't matter. They could just do circles in fucking the Columbia River. It wouldn't matter. They would still love it. These fucking pigs.
The fucking limo to me is like, you know how when you were like 10, you thought a limo was fucking sick?
Yeah, limo's disgusting.
And then now you look at it, you're like, I would never be caught dead in a limo. Like the limo
limo
is so trash. It's the trashiest shit ever.
Yeah, you ever see like a limo try and make a turn downtown, and like the driver just has to like.
Only people going to prom in a limo.
You see people going, dude, like the stretch Hummer limo where you're like, dude, I want to see that thing flip over. That's all I want. Whenever I see a fucking stretch Hummer, I just want it to take a turn a little too at 2 miles too fast and just blow out its tires and flip over.
And the stretch Hummer is always bright yellow too. You know, it's not like.
It's got some like fucking whack neon lights underneath, and
stretch limos are for proms, and stretch limos are just for people that have cum on the inside of their tuxedo leg.
Yeah, it's just full
rolling that.
Yeah, teenage cum in a limo. That's because no one owns a limo.
Right, but I just remember as a kid being like, "That is the ultimate."
Right,
like, that's
in Home Alone 2.
Right,
yeah,
you're like,
they got
hell
a TV
yeah.
in there.
If I can get into a limo, like I know my life is about to be about all the good things. Yeah, like you're just like, and I kind of feel like I used to think that about cruises. It's like, all right, I just need to get rich enough to get on a cruise, and then my life is gonna be dope as fuck.
I just need to get on a boat.
You know, like what were other shit like when you were a kid that you just thought like, man, if I get to there, I will have fucking.
Well,
made
shit,
it
different levels.
life.
Do you remember when $100 was like, if you get $100, like it's over and life is just easy
for
street?
sure. Yeah, that was an unfathomable amount of money.
I think you know. I mean, obviously, for a while, for that good chunk of teenage years, it was just like, please let me have sex with somebody.
No doubt.
Yeah. Just let me have enough money to have sex with somebody.
Yeah, can I just buy a sex at some point?
And then you grow up and realize you literally need no money to do that.
Oh, man. Dude, if you could imagine, if like female psychology switch, like if we did like what's that movie where they switch bodies?
Freaky Friday?
Freaky Friday. If they Freaky Friday'd women and men, like fucking women, the clearly like little amount they care in the end about what a dude like looks like or like it's so funny how different things are, and they're just trying to make it like everything's the same. It's like, dude, no ugly guys would get any if we switched the psychology.
Oh, right. Yeah.
If we switch this and men and women were like men, it would just be women only fucking models. And then like, you know, you would hear about like, oh yeah, he got some because, you know, she was drunk one night or something. You know, she had some beer goggles on and so she fucked him. But
he got really drunk and fucked Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, like you know, but there would be some thirsty dudes out there, and there would just be. Like
Jeff Bezos keeps calling, and it's just like, God, won't he stop? Won't he leave me alone? It's like, I have nothing to do with that ugly ass.
God damn. Yeah.
Fucking pork ball.
Fuck.
That's a bit, baby. Men and women, they're different.
They different, and it's crazy how different they are.
Man, men would be shopping.
Yep.
Men be shopping.
Men would be shopping. What have you guys ever thought about if men had periods? How crazy that would be?
No, I never thought about that. It'd be crazy. We would just be bleeding all over the place.
That's true. Yeah,
we just.
This is my first time thinking about it.
My very first time ever thinking about that whole concept
of a man having a period. Man, crazy.
You ever see that different. Like BuzzFeed video where they're like, we gave men period cramps? Like they had like a thing hooked up to their like like some like kind of, I don't know what it is, like some electromagnetic thing.
Okay.
It's just like to really see, and it was all these dudes just being like, really? This doesn't feel good.
It hurt. No. That'd be funny if they were just like all like, oh yeah. God.
It was like, oh, this is what you bitches complain about? This is easy as hell.
Dude's dick just gets really hard. Like,
he's like,
he comes immediately.
He's like, all right, well now women have to get punched in the face defending their partner.
Yeah, he just like grabs a magazine. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna be in the bathroom for 30 minutes. Having a good time.
Yeah. Damn. Well, another one in the bag, boys.
Hey, no, come on. We got a little more in us here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's keep going. Okay, men and women, they're different.
Periods, they would be painful.
Police brutality, COVID, What? Come on.
I haven't watched it, but they released that like Jeffrey Epstein like documentary.
Yeah. Did you watch? You didn't watch it?
I haven't watched it yet. I'm just fascinated by like, okay, so now Netflix is big enough to just release a documentary series about a pedophile case that is kind of not even finished yet. And like, this is the level America is at. Is like, yeah, we kind of get that this guy ran like not one but 2 international sex rings. And he most likely was killed by someone that he had information on. But anyways, it's on Netflix now, so we could just like watch it there. Like,
oh, did you guys see that shit that Anonymous leaked?
They didn't leak it. That shit had been out. Oh. The Black Book.
Or just the thing that like Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein like raping little boys in the mouth and whatnot, like.
What? That's been out for years. That whole thing. Anonymous hasn't done shit. I don't think Anonymous has ever done shit.
I didn't know. I just saw like these papers coming out. That I didn't.
Max does not believe in COVID. Max doesn't believe in.
I do not believe in this Jeffrey Epstein documentary. It's total propaganda because it's the lady that they interview from Vanity Fair. She's shady. She was like, allegedly. I follow some like deep Jeffrey Epstein conspiracy
there you go.
People, and they know the real stuff. Like it goes deep. Well, like this documentary.
Send some Twitter links.
I will follow Whitney Webb on.
Whitney! Fuck Whitney Webb.
Yeah, I know she's annoying on a lot of things.
Yeah, dude. I don't know.
Who is this?
Whitney Webb, man. That's the thing. Is like you try to follow these people, and then you start reading some of their shit, and like, you're retarded. Never mind.
Wait,
Never mind. You're
Don't
retarded.
do that to Whitney. Don't do that to Whitney.
Look, I listen to.
She has her lane. She has her lane.
Yeah, and then she tries to get out of it, and then it's like, everything. You have the inside scoop on literally everything, Whitney Webb.
Yeah, you've broken the code.
I'm tired of these Twitter journalists always having every fucking answer.
Yeah. Okay, who is Whitney Webb? School me. Me and the listener.
She's an annoying broad.
Explain to the people who Whitney Webb is.
Whitney Webb, I'm sure Max and I don't know if Max found her. I found her through the Tim Dillon podcast because he had her on. She writes for this.
Who knows who she writes for?
Yeah, exactly. They always like, my paper isn't popular because I'm always dealing with the truth. I don't know, man. So Whitney Webb
she writes for herself.
She's a journalist, and she writes for these small publications, and they deal in like kind of the I don't know if it's conspiracy, but just like alternative takes on things. And her big thing recently has just been about how 8-part series and how Bill Gates is trying to fucking chip your asshole so he can fucking
come on.
Take it over and da-da-da. And she's big on the Epstein case and da-da-da. I just see some of her opinions. I read her shit. I'm just like, you're doing what you say the mainstream media is doing. You just have all these takes. You don't really back it up with a lot. Or you take a TED Talk that the guy gave 8 years ago, and now that's his global plan for domination.
Yeah, it's a little loose.
Whitney Webb's a hoe, too, dog.
No.
Whitney Webb is a hoe.
Oh, no. Up there with Fauci.
Fauci and Whitney are both hoes.
And the Minneapolis Police Department.
Yes.
That's the hoe list.
Out of the 3 people being the hoes, the Minneapolis Police has the most evidence for their hoe behavior, I guess. But
yeah, they're getting broken up. The band's breaking up. Maybe, possibly.
Bro, J.R. Smith knocking the shit out of that Antifa kid was the funniest thing of the week.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a classic.
I want a post game with that kid. Like, what was he thinking?
He's like,
what went through his mind?
I honestly thought it was like a white CEO, and I didn't realize it was a person of color, and I really want to apologize. But also, like, it's kind of fucked up how JR forgot that there was only 3 seconds on the clock during that 2018
Yeah, the
finals.
fact that it was like 3 years to the day of that was fate. That was destiny.
He was like, look, man, I know I fuck up clocks, but I also fuck up scrawny white. Dude, he was beating the shit out of him. Dude, he kicked him a couple times in the face.
Yeah, and that's a professional athlete. That is one of the more athletic professional athletes.
Right.
That's 360 in-game dunk athlete.
The best part of that video, besides obviously the head kicks to that Antifa kid, were
his guy being
fucking
respect
crew
his privacy.
kept trying to block the camera. Go, please, just respect his privacy right now.
Just respect his privacy. Respect his privacy.
He's
man.
knocking the dude's teeth out. He goes, yo, bro, can you please just respect his privacy right now?
A man should have his privacy.
A man on a public street should be able to beat someone in private.
Show some respect, all
Yo,
right? Have
bro.
a little class.
What? He's out here with his family. You just about to tape that shit? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
funny.
God.
Please respect his privacy.
I want a crew at that level who anytime I do some wild shit, just be like, hey, dog, you know, he's out here stabbing a motherfucker. Can you just respect that privacy real quick?
Hey, man, you come back from being down 3-1 in the NBA Finals, you get to live that life. You know? You get that type of crew.
It's just funny because he was on that game show recently. What's that CBS one that Carmel is on?
Oh yeah, Game On.
Game On, and he's just he's just being a goofy dude, and then like that show aired like a week ago, and now it's just like, yeah, all right, well,
I like them more.
I do too.
Two different.
You don't
JRs.
fuck with someone's car, man.
He was like, I'm down for the call. Yeah, he did a post game. That was the best part. Is JR is like,
he got out in front of it
before the video comes out. I just want to say, I'm down with the cause and shit, but you broke the wrong man's fucking truck window, and I'm not with that shit. And so you can hear it from me first. I beat the fuck out of that kid.
Yeah, that was great.
Smart,
definitely. Yeah,
smart.
I like J.R. Smith.
Yeah. All right,
we did it. I think we did it. We added.
Yeah, we added a little
cause.
Add a little pepper to that steak.
All right. Well, be safe out there. All those white looters, ask yourself, am I taking up too much space as a white looter? Right. Got to ask yourself that before you break into a Target.
Can you let a person of color take a Gucci bag before you take one? It probably is the best form of reparations that you're going to give.
Yeah. If you're out there looting this weekend and you're white, just know your place.
Step aside.
Yeah, but if the cops come, definitely take the shit from the black people so it looks like they weren't looting.
Right.
You want to be
being an ally.
That's being an ally. Put your white looting body in front of theirs so they have a little extra time to run.
Amen.
Looting spaces should be safe spaces.
Right, for all walks of life. Too often looting is a straight white male activity, and we need to expand who is seen as a looter and who can.
There needs to be equity.
There needs to be inclusion in looting.
I want a little child of color when they grow up to think I can loot too. I want them to look on the TV screen and see representation across the spectrum.
All right, be safe out there.
All right, everybody. Have a good week.
Peace.
Peace.